Good morning, fellow Nigerians across the globe. Once again, I am George Onyebe. And the obvious truth remains that we will not allow anybody to sell the next generation of our people. I continue to use this phrase because some of us, directly or indirectly, cautiously or subconsciously, are on a path to mortgage the future of the next generation of our people by diverse means. And because of this interior motive, mischievous as you'd say, Nigeria looks as if it's not a workable nation. In fact, Nigeria is not working. But then, if it's not working, what are we supposed to do? Make it work. But average Nigerian will respond and say, if it's not working, then let's divide it. And honestly, even if I may partially agree with you, but we will still continue the same way. Only few countries in Africa are workable, and that is because they learned one truth. But you see the case of Nigeria, we know the truth, but somewhere along the line, we just feel we are entitled. No, we are entitled. Entitlement mentality. And that is why we wake up in the morning. Igbo man will tell you, I must be president. It is Igbo turn. And then another one will start shouting, it is Hausa turn. Hausa are marginalized. You can imagine. And then another one will talk, no, Yoruba have ruled more. No, they are not looking at the landmass achievement of these people. Do this Yoruba president represent the interests of Yoruba people? Does the Hausa president candidate in time past represent the interests of common Hausa man? And the Igbo that has had their own fair share of leadership in Nigeria, were they protecting the overall interests of Igbo people? But somewhere along the line, no, it's your ethnic man. You got to support your ethnic man. Now, I don't belong to any of this ethnic group. So who do I support? That is just the basic foundation why it looks like Nigeria is not working. But we are not here to analyze, point out the problem to you. Everybody knows the problem, most especially when we are in a society that is influenced by fault finders. What is the solution? And with this mindset, I want us to look at a message I titled 3 steps to creating a workable nation. 3 steps to make Nigeria a workable nation. It is possible, it is achievable, but there are things we need to do. Today, there are a group of people from the north. Only God knows what they are looking for. They say they want Islamic law, but they will not agree to be Christian. No. So they form a terrorist group. The leadership of Nigeria, the only thing they can think is to give them amnesty and start paying them. And so kidnapping, amnesty become a lucrative business. And so if you know how many billions that has been pushed into settling Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, for wanting Islamic State, tell me how that country will survive. But other people are learning. And then all of a sudden, some group of Nigerians feel that they are marginalized. Because Nigeria, a country driven by oil, economically, go and check all the communities where you have oil. They don't have potable drinking water. They don't have good roads, not to talk of electricity. And then people from this region who are not part of Wazobia decided to hold the bull by the horn. And that is when you begin to have the Ijo. They have been lamenting even before the Biafra-Nigeria war. These Ijo people have been crying. And the youth refused to accept it. But for the government of the day to look into their plight, decided to kind of alleviate their suffering. And then they begin to give them amnesty. And now you see, the reason they give Ijo man or Niger Delta man amnesty is different from the reason they are giving Boko Haram amnesty. Now, somebody will tell me, no, we have NDDC. How many people are benefiting from the NDDC? NDDC is a scam to Niger Delta people. But that will be a case for another day. But now, there are some group of people being paid money as Nigeria because they are kidnapping you. And then somewhere along the line, there are a group of Nigerians who a particular president, out of his extended knowledge, I will say divine wisdom, decided to calm this youth down. And so they are receiving amnesty in Niger Delta. But boom, Igbo Biafra man want to shout. And so they think by creating insecurity in the southeast, some of their gullible leaders will now be able to talk to presidents, whoever is in charge, and say, to comb the insecurity, let us pay Nnamdi Kanu amnesty. Let us settle all this Simon Ekpa and Gentle the Yahoo. Let's settle them. All this rubbish Igbo people, Biafra people are doing, all this rubbish, it just end amnesty. All this Igbo unity, they are looking for how to infiltrate us. Since the unknown gunmen, Eastern Security Network cannot operate in the South-South. So, all the beginning and end of insecurity in the southeast by Nnamdi Kanu and other criminal-minded individual is amnesty they are looking for. And so tomorrow, one president, maybe Ahmed Bola Tinubu, because he's afraid, he wants Igbo people's validation. He don't want them to call him bad man. He wants them to call him good man. And he pay Igbo people amnesty. My brother, there will be no fund to sponsor the government anymore because all of you will pay all the ethnic group in Nigeria amnesty. Is that how to run a workable nation? Go and ask Igbo Biafra people, why is there insecurity? We thought it was Fulani herdsmen. We thought it was Nigerian murderous security agent, as they call it. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. And somebody will begin to, how do we correct this? My brother, now wetin we dey see, now we dey tell you. Now, this is not a church service. Go to your Bible. It doesn't matter whether you are a Christian or not. Look at the book of Proverbs chapter 6. Read from verse 6 to 8. So that the Bible or God will use ants to teach you lesson. It simply said, go to the ants. They don't have leader. But yet they are able to organize themselves. That in the rainy season, they store food that they will eat. Rather, during the harvest, they store the food that they will eat during the rainy season. This is ant. And they have a workable society, a sustainable one. They are not fighting to control the weather. They are not fighting to do ballistic missile. They are not fighting to rule over each other, to dominate each other. Generation after generation, they are there. They don't have Ebola. Ants don't have HIV. They don't have any problem. The Bible says go and learn from them. I know not all of you will be seeing it clearly. But let me help you. So that if you are in Nigeria, you come from any ethnic group that is crying foul, check your people. Before you come out and tell us how to reason or how to react, check your people. We all know the case of Emefiele, the immediate past governor of the central bank. I think he stole money. You see anybody crying over it? You see anybody shouting over it? I challenge President of Nigeria and the judicial system to open that Emefiele case. 90% of all these people yapping, all of them will go to jail. You think we don't know? But Emefiele lowered our value system because some of the things he do, that is not who we are. But having been said that, look at Igbo Biafra people. Many of them are on social media, releasing Nnamdi Kanu, unconditional release, giving justice because they are looking for amnesty. And after you control, oh, Nigeria is not workable, divide Nigeria, I'm coming. Now this morning, let us learn from the ants. Let's leave the Bible alone now. Those of you who know what is known as ant hill. That ant, that big build house. If you look at that anthill, it's a home to more than, should I say, 6 different species of ants. And so for those of you who think that because Nigeria is a different ethnic group, that is why we cannot coexist, that is why Nigeria cannot work, my dear, you are lying. You are ignorant, or you are trying to deceive yourself. The anthill is made up of about 6 different types of ants, but you notice 4 majorly. If you go to an anthill, there is the one they call the queen. The queen is just one, very big. We should say inactive. It does not move around. It has to be moved around. The queen in the anthill, it's almost useless, but is the source of life for the whole anthill. If you kill that useless queen, the anthill will die. If you kill that useless queen, the anthill cannot produce anymore. But what does the queen do? She sits in one position. They carry her around. They feed her. But she remains the source of their survival. It's a different breed, but they are all the same anthill. And then they have the one they call the king. The king don't do much work other than to fertilize the queen. And not until the queen and the queen mate, there will be no reproduction. And so the queen stays that place, constantly fertilized by the kings. And so the population of anthill expands. And yet there is another group in the anthill. They are the laborers. They are neither the queen nor the king. Their job is to leave the anthill, go and look for food. They walk everywhere looking for food, dragging them into the anthill. Without them, the king, the queen will die of starvation. But then there is yet another 4th one, majorly very obvious. They don't leave the anthill. They have big head and 2 claws like that of a spider. They are the soldier. Their duty is to defend the anthill. And so the moment there is attack, they are the one that come to attack. Why the laborers will secure their food, keep their food. Why the king will make sure the queens are protected, because that is exactly their timeline. If you destroy the queen, you destroy the anthill. Though they could initiate another queen to take over, but the king must be there. But even though before they would have succeeded in bringing up another queen, that anthill would have been abandoned. Now, in real terms, if we want to go as Nigerians to learn from the anthill, first of all, understand that we are different ethnic groups. Some of us heterogeneous, some of us homogeneous. It really doesn't matter. It's like the case of being a king, a queen, a laborer, and the soldiers. They exist for different purposes, but they have to survive for one reason. Because if anything happens to one, it happens to them all. The French Musketeer, he said, one for all for one. Does Nigeria have that mentality? One of the things you need to learn from them is clearly division of labor. Look at Nigeria. Undoubtedly, agriculture, let's give it to the north. When I talk about agriculture now, I'm not talking about just the food, talking about animal husbandry. Give it to the northern Nigeria. And let's assume the government begin to sponsor people in the north, since that is where they flow naturally. And say, please, feed this nation. Of course, other countries, other communities, other ethnic groups also does that. But let us say we depend on the north as one Nigeria to feed the nation. You will see what they will produce will end up exports. Because if we don't export them, we will have excess food to waste. And so we can generate revenue there. Division of labor. Let us go to the east. Undoubtedly, they could industrialize this nation. And then the government of the day comes up and says, okay, those of you in the east, focus on this, because this is where you flow naturally. It's not as if other people don't know how to do all those things. But since this is how you flow, manage it. Today, nobody will be making mouth. We will produce anything we want to produce. We will manufacture anything we want to manufacture. We will put the world on their heels. Let's come to the West. Undoubtedly, when you talk about administration, the West have it. They are gifted. Have you imagined how a Muslim, a Christian, a pagan, a Hindu, a Mandu, all religion together under one roof? Nobody fight each other. Administration. Give it to them. And then you see the other ethnic group. Let us assume we don't have sense. And we choose to play the role of a laborer. With one mindset that the Hausa will not starve us. With one mindset that Igbo will not mock us. With another mindset that Yoruba will not be tribalistic. Let's see why Nigeria will not be workable. But today, in our own Nigeria, Hausa want to tell us when to eat and when not to eat. That is why they carry their cow to destroy our farm. Today, Igbo man want to tell us that we are inferior. That is why they tell we are the intelligent tribe in Nigeria, the richest tribe in Nigeria. Only them get sense in Nigeria. What about Yoruba? No, what about Yoruba? What is their body language? And after, let's blame Tinubu, Tinubu, but all of us are contributing factor to this. There is no clear division of labor. The next generation, don't let anybody deceive you. Go and look at China. Go and look at Japan. Go and look at India. Go and look at all these countries that are developing. They are uniquely positioned to do certain things. Those of you who go to China to buy material, you will know there is a location they will say go if you want to buy electronics. Another location they say go if you want to buy automobile. Another one if you want to buy clothes, textile products. All of them have areas they are unique about. I'm a little more enlightened about the Indian. A particular family handles their technology, automobile section, the Tata family. Another quarter handle medical. And then you talk about the IT and the rest of it. Another family, they divide it because they were able to see what they can do better than each other. And the government of the day empower each person to do it better than the other for the overall interest of everybody. Today, how far are we trying to create clear division of labor? When a doctor is a chief judge, division of labor. When a chief judge is a commissioner or something higher, and you want a workable nation. It's not as if it is the interest of the people. Some of them are majorly fighting for their own interest, not even the interest of their own people. At the end of the day, you, the poor masses, they drag us. Hate Nigeria. Go to Igbo Biafra people platform. You will never be happy to be a Nigeria. Unfortunately, they are not doing it to only Nigeria. They are now becoming scalawa all over the world. And they want us to keep quiet. They want us to unite with them. Because they don't see what division of labor is all about. We can export fish, aquatic food to the world if we understand this thing. Because then we will not allow Share, SPDC, Saipen, Eni, ExxonMobil, all these oil companies, we will not allow them to destroy our waterways. The army will not be guarding waterways so that ordinary fishermen cannot fish. But rather, they would have helped them to take care of our ocean and then have a lot of aquatic food. If we don't like it, let's export it. Are we not importing scumbia? Are you not importing stockfish? Did they train them in this space? Don't we have it? But there is this mentality. Yoruba tribe must be regional. Igbo tribe must be leading. Hausa is born to rule, or have you not heard it? What about others? No, just look at the queen from the anthill. Just those of you who can play the game of chess, you will notice that the queen is more powerful than the queen. I mean, the queen is more powerful than the king. Nobody is useless. You only consider them useless on the basis that you have not been able to know what they can do. I would have used human body to cite example for you, but time will not permit us. Look at the most important organs of your body. You don't see them. They look practically useless until this one you take care of breaks down. Nigeria's survival is because of minority. So those of you destroying Nigeria and making it not to work because of your mentality of Wazobia, this is the time you need to begin to crush it. Everybody has something to offer. Not until this labor is clearly divided, we may not have a workable nation. Clear division of labor. You will have oil in Bayelsa. They will go and build a refinery in Sambisa Forest. It's a lie. It's interior motive. Nigeria will not work. I need you to get it. Let me expatiate a little bit. If you come to South, Niger Delta, all of us can manufacture fuel. I can manufacture fuel, what you call wood fire. I can separate crude oil from diesel, kerosene, petrol to aviation fuel, and ultimately crude oil, that is your lubricant and grease. I can separate them. With not equipment coming from China or Japan or America, locally made. Locally made. But what are we doing? Every day they come. Oh, Dangote refinery say, Dangote no say, Nupeng go jump up. We no agree. We agree. You think they care for you? Why are they running from modular refinery? Let us see if fuel will not be like urine on the street, where they will be telling people, don't urinate here, don't urinate here. Permit modular refinery, or empower the fire people. You call bunkering or theft. That is what you call them. Empower them. Let us see if oil market will not crush in Africa. The price of oil will not crush in Africa. But yet, we're going to queue. Any small thing, they don't lock filling station, we begin to queue. And tomorrow we blame Yoruba, we blame Hausa, we blame Igbo. Watch the people playing this game. Let's go to the number 2. Look at the issue of respect. If you go back to that anthill, they have the group that are referred to the soldiers, the army. How we call them locally. I do not know their real botanical name. After all, I'm not a Igbo man. But how we call them in my village. Those ones they call the army, with the big head that can sting. They are not there saying they carry gun. Let me shoot you. Let me kill you. That is not their job. Their job is to protect the anthill. You can't invade it without being confronted. There is respect. The army with gun is not calling anybody bloody civilian. And as I'm a man, you call your fellow Nigerian bloody civilian. Check if that is America called their own. We don't respect ourselves. Some people will say blood of monkey and babu. You think it's only now the Kano that calls Nigeria name? All of you lazy youth. You check now, we don't respect ourselves. We are looking for a workable nation. Let's advise ourselves. God say, go and learn from the ants. Today now, when I come out, I love Igbo man, and I begin to answer Igbo name. The next time they will tell me that my land belongs to Igbo people. My language is Igbo people language. And I no get sense. But if I tell them that Igbo people are speaking a Eka language, that where Igbo people are staying is a Eka land, they begin to cry, this is certain also, and according to Igbo, do to others what you want them to do to you. We don't respect ourselves. If we don't respect ourselves, how can we love ourselves? If we don't respect ourselves, how can we lead ourselves? Respect. 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 Just look at what is going on. Just look at what is going on around us. Doesn't mean they cannot respect Igbo elders. They come out and talk rubbish. I hope you like how I'm responding to you people, Igbo Biafra. I hope you are enjoying it. That is disrespect. And that is what you call for. And that is what you will get until you begin to respect other people. The anthill, they don't mock the queen. The queen does not walk. If it were to be in Nigeria, they will begin to walk with the minority. They call us scam. You will see Igbo Biafra man will come out and say minority is a scam. And yet they want us to do a workable nation. We just dey watch all of una. If una like, get sense. If una no like, no be will. The next generation must know the truth. The reason you are able to control Nigeria today is that 3 people are the one fighting themselves. Igbo no dey fight Hausa, Hausa dey fight Yoruba, or Yoruba dey fight Igbo. Don't let us get to a level where everybody will be fighting everybody. And we will see who will separate everybody. That is why we are asking you, we don't need to get there. Igbo people know eventually if they don't repent, we will get there. That is why they are looking for supporters club. Oh, you are Igbo. Oh, everybody is Igbo. Hey, Anyama, make una come become Igbo. Make we join beat Yoruba or make we join Fata Hausa. Where you don't respect me. You don't even respect your father. How can I expect you to respect me? How can I lead you where you don't respect me? One scam minority, good luck Ebere Jonathan, by mistake, president by mistake. Igbo Biafra people like Ejike Mbaka did not allow him to rest. Hey, we from adoration ministry, oh, we have prayed, oh, good luck has become bad luck, oh, good luck is a bad luck, oh, Igbo Biafra man. Tomorrow he want the same Ejo people to come and say, no, it's Igbo turn, oh, hey, we, let him come and say it about Tinubu now. If you know the fear, Mbaka, all of you fake prophets, oh yeah, come, it don't set. We pretend. The anthill does not say, oh, you are a waste, you don't have anything. Nobody mocks anybody. There is something the anthill does. You know, I said there are majorly 6 types of ants in that anthill. But 2 groups that I didn't mention are not meant to remain in that anthill. When they give birth to excess children, some of them are allowed to move out, to metamorphose. That one, we will look at it later on. 3 things we need to do as Nigeria to have a workable nation. Clearly, division of labor. We that are illiterate, allow us to be illiterate because we have our own usefulness. At least respect everybody. Go and learn from the ant. And of course, the 3rd thing we must do if we want Nigeria to be workable, clear visionaries. Clear visionaries. What do I mean in this instance? It boils down to the other group of anthill that you don't know about. The moment they spring up, little ants, some of them will end up being liberal in the army, king, or queen. And others has no purpose. They are not needed. Do you know what they do? When it rains, they release them. They will fly out. We call it Ako. They have different names. That is at times rainfall, you see some of those ants, they eat some of them. Some of them will escape. Their wings will break off. They will transform. Some may become butterfly. Some may become other beings. They diversify. But if we have clear visionary, we're supposed to know that we don't have waste, nothing waste in this country. It's just to make sure everybody is engaged. Use their energy to focus on achieving something positive, something progressive for everybody. No, look at our people in diaspora. Imagine if we have a diaspora commission that is not going to do picking pockets to our people in diaspora. Can they have a diaspora foundation where they say those of you in diaspora, come and invest on this sector so that by the time you spend anywhere around the world and you are old, you want to return. You don't even need to begin to look for how to start up again. you return entitled to a salary for a lifetime. Because meanwhile, you have created company, you have created industry that has employed so many people and over time generate revenue. You will see our people in diaspora will want to import, bring in wisdom, wealth of wisdom they have gathered across the globe. That is why you see the anthill. They don't eat ants because they don't know the one that is their brother or the one that is not their brother. Because those groups they allow to spread has become so many things. Where are Igbo visionary leaders? Oh, look at our China children. They are speaking Igbo. Where are Yoruba visionary leaders? No, where are our visionary leaders from all the ethnic groups, including the minority that is a scam? People like us. Because we don't have visionary leader. All we are doing is we wait for them at container terminal. We wait for them at seaport. What do they call the seaport again? Tinkan Island. We wait for them there. International airport. We wait for them to rip them off. Because no vision. No vision. Their own is make I just look my village because they miss home. No, imagine if we have a convention and say all Nigerian doctors around the world, let's have a convention. And this convention is all of you in diaspora. Let us build a cancer research center, a diabetes research center, so that we can manage our health. These people will do it without anybody feeling the pain. But when we don't respect ourselves, when we don't have visionary leaders, when labors are not divided, immediately money come, they will put eye on us. Ordinary POS now, very soon they will make law to be collecting tax from them because they are earning. And then they want life to be good. And so, fellow Nigerians, you are fully aware of all the shenanigans. I'm not asking you not to be who you are. After all, you have no say in who you are. This was not your making. Oh, I'm a Yoruba man, proudly Yoruba man. I thank God for you. You were not there when this decision was made. Why can't you respect nature? Oh, I'm Igbo man, Odogun, one of the whole world. I'm happy for you. This decision were made without consulting your father, not to talk of you. Oh, I am Hausa man, I am born to rule. My dear, I'm happy for you. Understand, when God decided to make you Hausa or Allah, they didn't consult your father not to talk of you. Why don't this humble you? And we, the minority that you call scam, Igbo Biafra, we're just ashamed. We are not ashamed. That is why Apostle Paul said, I'm not ashamed of the gospel. And that is why where I come from, they say, Nni nonya ajanjono. Nni nonya ajanjono. Ebe here be wa akpofia. Now, understand. A young man woke up one day and discovered that the mother is a mad woman. The mad woman gave birth to a child and started taking care of the child. Months turned into years and years into decades. The boy has grown up. The mother still lives in the dustbin. I'm sure they don't know where they come from anymore. The boy got to a stage that he could leave the mother in the dustbin and go and hustle. And when he finished hustling, he still come back to the dustbin. The boy clearly was normal. But you see, the bond between the boy failed to see his mother as a mad woman. And with time, people start helping that boy. And that was how he removed the mother from dustbin. The mother were able to live with this young man in their rented apartment, not because she was not mad anymore. Because this my child I born from the dustbin was become the image that made them to be able to control the mother. The boy was never ashamed of the mother. If I were to be born and my parents were mad people, I would not be ashamed of them. I did not choose my father. I did not choose my mother. And so there is no shame in the womb that gave birth to me. I'm a survivor. In the first place, there is something to celebrate. I'm a survivor. Over 1 million ejaculated semen during sexual intercourse. I survived alone, not even twins, not even triplets. I survived alone. It's something to be proud about. And so, at the end of the day, what am I trying to say? You didn't become Yoruba because you went to one place in heaven, because you are too intelligent. They say now you, Oluwagbenga, you are now Yoruba, because you are going to be the most intelligent tribe. It isn't done that way. You are victims of creation, if I should use those words. But God knows the best for all of us. And I think what he wants us to do is to complement one another. And that is where these three things comes in. Stop allowing them to deceive you. These people are scavengers. Jesus would have called them brood of vipers. They wanted to see how Yoruba hate Hausa, how Hausa hate Igbo, how Igbo do, but none of them made themselves who they are. Would that not supposed to humble all of you? And then you come out, Nigeria is not working, it's not workable, it's not workable. How can you talk about it when you see yourself as original already? The next generation of Nigeria. If you do not open your eyes, you will be batting inside the river and soap will still enter your eye. Now look at Igbo Biafra people. They are behind the scene now, teaching their people to hate other people. And yet they are openly trying to unite their father and their mother. Who does that? Being in Nigeria is not of our making. And so it is to be expected. I have friends from loving homes, loving father and mother. And my parents are not as loving as theirs. I will not exchange them. But rather, I will try to create a loving home that my children will enjoy. After all, no pain, no gain. All the challenges we have gone through as Nigeria. Imagine if we were able to contain ourselves and do the right thing. In 20 years, the world will see the wonder they have not known. Because there are very areas we are not looking into. Our visionaries are emotional. Our visionaries have become greedy. Our visionary leaders don't even know what is at stake. And when they see you know what they know, they will say you are a bad person. And so I want you to go to your little circle. Check those three issues or areas I have pointed out. And maybe the relationship will begin to change. Moreover, go back to your own personal circle. Look at all the people there. You will see there are Yoruba people that are friends with Igbo people. Very close. Go and meet Hausa people. I have Hausa friends. The bond between us, when we come together, the cloud, we are higher than the mentality of all Nigerians. No. Under normal circumstances, I want you to carry out this emotional test. Just see a Yoruba person who knows clearly that you are Igbo person and tell the Yoruba person, all those. You will see the smile, the joy, even though they know you just spoke the one you know, the way they will respond to you. The kind of joy, happiness. You see, both of you can do anything together. I was speaking to one of my Igbo friends yesterday, and I was speaking English. And the guy came down to Igbo, and I now switched and joined him. And at the end of the day, I said, you need to see the joy. You need to see the happiness. What about my Hausa friends? I say to them things I don't know because I asked them to teach me. When I was in Lagos, I have an Hausa friend. When he sees me, he calls me Mekudi Bayaruba. And then when he calls me Mekudi Bayaruba, I say, I don't know waiting to answer you. And then he taught me, say, okay, if I say Mekudi Bayaruba, say Halahi Nana. I really don't know what it means, but I trust that man. And each time he sees me say Mekudi Bayaruba, I will say Halahi Nana. And we laugh over it. But this is something we can only dream of. Something we never even knew he existed. This kind of joy has eluded us. Because somebody is coming to say, get out, they are marginalizing us, they hate us, they. Now you want to collect amnesty. You are bringing insecurity to the southeast. Come and collect the amnesty. And after I say, oh, Nigeria is not working, Nigeria is a failed state, you are the person who failed. I'm a non-completed building, you know. What else? I'm a poor man, oh. Yes, very ugly. And learn. I just drank ogogoro, kai kai, any other thing. But this truth, you cannot deal with it. That is why I tell you, I am your destiny and I'm your doom. Fellow Nigerians, irrespective of where they want to put you that you don't belong, understand that this Nigeria, we have to make best use of it. The journey has already begun. This is where I bring the broadcast to an end. But let's go to the comment section and look at the Igbo Biafra people, because they are the one trying to upset the balance, trying to build wealth outside their own homeland. It's a shame. When it backfires out there, there will be no hiding place for them. A word is enough for the wise. Let's see them. I see Mama Twins. I greet you, Mama Twins. Good morning from here. Mama Ejima watching from Abuja. I greet you, Mama Ejima. I greet you. I see Omozi. I greet you. I see King of the Game. My brother, respect. I'm humble before your presence. And of course, I see Daniel Sunday. He say, I always like to learn from you. My brother, thank you. We are all learning from experience. And God will enlighten and open the eyes of our understanding. And then I see Igbo Biafra, Oliver. He said, do you see? Igbo Biafra Oliver, I don't see the way you see, but I see you are Igbo Biafra. Do you see? What does it have to talk about what I'm saying? But you are Igbo Biafra. We know your type. And then I see Tunde say, good morning, Mr. George Onibe. Thank you for your usual advocacy. Nigerians shall be great. Of course, they don't have choice. Tunde, they don't have choice. This is our one Nigeria. We have to deal with ourselves. It is not easy for any of us growing up in such an atmosphere. But what do? We must strive to correct the errors of the past. People built United Emirates. People sustain and defend Iran. People do something to make their country enviable today. India was there, poverty capital city of the world. They have rewritten that story. I tell you, America cannot threaten India. China cannot. Most of you don't know that India was even fighting constant war between China and Japan based on border issue. Poverty capital of the world, though, they own ballistic missile. You can't threaten them because they were able to rewrite their history. And we are Nigeria. So they say divide Nigeria. And they are not dividing Nigeria because they want to go their own. They want to drag me. Divide Nigeria into three. Give us because they want to carry me in the ocean. No. We will rewrite our history. Nigeria will be great. Because we are setting up a foundation that will make a Nigerian to decide. You do not have advantage over me. Not be say because you two go school now make you be Yoruba, Hausa or Igbo. No, God made that decision. Find out why he placed you there, for God's sake. Let us see. Only one Igbo Biafra person here. That is Oliver. He's supposed to be a mature man. But then Igbo Biafra elders, they don't have sense. So Oliver is one of them. So I'm not surprised. The rest of his social media warrior will come later. Let them drop their insult. We shall respond to them adequately. But that having been said, my fellow one Nigerians, love. My fellow one Nigerians, love. My fellow one Nigerians, peace. Have a nice day.